Hello everyone. Today I'll be talking about situations where sometimes you can call it innovative engineering, or it could be called a bug, or it could be called a scandal. You all must have heard about the Boeing 737 crash, which happened with Ethiopian Airline Flight 302 and Lion Air 6110. The first one was an Ethiopian plane, and the second one was from the Asia. There was two things in common in these two crashes. First, they both were Boeing 737 MAX 8 planes, and second, they both crashed during the first few minutes of takeoff. So this was a very a case study, you can say, which shows that bad engineering can even take life. But who was it to be blamed to? That was one question which came up in the news articles, and everyone was talking about it. And Boeing actually took responsibility for all the two crashes that got the planes grounded by regulators. So Boeing taking responsibility is considered good on their part, that okay, they at least took responsibility, and that's kind of ethical. But was it too late to take responsibility? Was it too late to be that ethical? Those were few questions which came up, and Boeing company as a whole was questioned. So whose fault was it exactly? The plane crashing. It could be just a normal phenomena that the weather was bad and the plane crashed. There was no way anyone could have done anything. But these two cases were different. This was no Titanic situation. Like, these two planes were first of all flown in a okay kind of weather condition. Second, it was during just the first few takeoff, like just few seconds of the takeoff. So was it the Boeing executives, the project managers, and all the plane like people who make decision that what design needs to be selected, what needs to go in production and manufacturing, or was it the pilot? Was the pilot of both the planes untrained to handle such situations, or they made a bad decision? Was it the airline? Were airlines doing some internal rules and regulation which kind of affected the decisions made by pilot, or was it a fuel problem, or was it some maintenance problem by the airline itself? Or were it the Boeing engineers? Maybe the plane itself was designed badly. Or was it the Federal Aviation Administration, or in generic terms, you can say the people who approve and pass plane design and make it into public use? So we will explore this. Whose fault was it throughout the presentation, while talking about how ethical it is in such situation. People can not be ethical. So let's see a little backstory. It was basically the whole situation why planes crashed was the engine, not because engine failed or anything. It's a different story. So let's explore together. So as you know, Airbus and Boeing are one of the two, like they're like the two manufacturing airline companies which are having monopoly over the market. You will either see a Airbus or a Boeing plane in any of the airlines or any of the planes you have ever sat into. So in 2010, Airbus released a statement to update their A320 plane. So A320 is one of the most used plane category by Airbus, used in like most of the domestic flights in United States and all over the world. And they announced that they're going to improve their engine, and it will be a new geared turbofan engine for better fuel economy, and they will be called Airbus A320 Neo. Well, this is a good step, right? Like better fuel economy. So they are being ethical and doing their part to have have better fuel economy and efficiency. But this made Boeing people a bit sad and spectacle that their plane would not be bought by companies now. So what they did was they released a new Boeing 737-800 Max. So the technical part, I'm going to talk about a little technical part. So Airbus 320, if you see, is a little higher than Boeing 737-800. So Putting a new engine into the same frame was easier for Airbus 320. But for Boeing 737-800, without redesigning the whole plane structure, which will take a lot of amount of time, money, and also airlines won't buy a new structured plane because they have to train the pilots again. They have to go through a whole big training procedure. So what they did was they just fitted the new engine, and as you can see, the new engine was bigger, so it was actually a little above than the wings of the plane, which could be a problem in balancing. But that's not the issue why the plane crashed. Boeing engineers actually did a very good innovation engineering move with a software with like a sensor called MCAS, and it's basically like if you see here, they put like an MCAS system and sensors on the tip of the nose, so to kind of have a automatic balance control. If the plane is going up, it needs to go down, so it will push the system down, like it will push the plane down. So but the problem was how they were unethical was they hide it from the pilot to reduce the training time so that they can be still in the competitive market with Airbus. And this was open that MCAS was there installed in the plane only after the plane crashed and there was investigation. So it was actually unethical of Boeing executives and engineers to not release the full details of the plane which have new additions, because any new addition pilot have to go through the training. So it was unethical on Boeing's part to not disclose all their engineering aspect, and this happens a lot of time in the normal society. But this one was a big thing because it costed people's life. But in other cases it could just be a matter of people like losing time, like if for example if there is some bug in email and the company is not releasing it, you guys will just end up like wasting time on it, which is not a big loss on customer side, but this customer lost life. So let's come back to that question slide which we were talking about. So whose fault was it? Definitely it was Boeing's executives, because whatever engineers designed are kind of talked through Boeing's executive and vice versa. So first of all, Boeing engineers working there needs to be ethical and have to step up to like kind of like step down, like foot down, and be say like we need to release these details, otherwise there will be a problem. While Boeing executives just wanted to care about their competitive standing against Airbus in the market and hid this detail. Then was Federal Aviation Administration. They are under resourced. They're not keeping up with the growing demand of the system. Like they have old rules and old techniques to pass a new design or new plane. So I think that was also at fault, because even though Boeing people made a fault and they were trying to hide, um, the validation and testing part of the system needs to worry about that part too. Then I feel pilot and airlines had less fault, because pilot would do only what they are told to do. They are just following the manual at the end of the day. And airlines, maybe people who decide to buy new planes in the airline needs to be more well versed about knowing more details about the plane rather than just making a cheaper deal with the better manufacturing company. So from here we can see like decision making should be ethical. It's not just about using data or producing quality and quantity. Decisions on what needs to be disclosed to the customer needs to be ethically made. Sometimes not all information needs to be known by customer. Like I don't need to know what my chip in my iPhone does or doesn't. But things which deals with privacy or it can cost people's life, and the operator of that product needs to know about those things. Second, engineering innovation should be driven for a good aim. Here, I feel Boeing engineers and executives' main aim was to get more profit and be in the competitive standing of Airbus, which is fine. Like that's how consumer market works. Like we need to be in the competition to other competition in the market to have a place in the market. But Airbus had a good goal to have a fuel efficiency, um, reduce fuel, like more fuel efficient planes, but Boeing's goal was just to have a plane with better engine to survive what Airbus threw in the market. Then responsibility to inform the consumer, as we said here, and do not hide details or information. And I feel this was the part of the ethics which I focused on in my presentation. And it have, you can see this was just one of the case study we did, but there are so many other examples which you see in the daily life which revolves around people not following these four rules. I hope you learned something new today. Thank you.